Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Last time we rescued Chico. Today we're gonna do this side mission where we obtain all the top secret enemy documents and technical data located at the sorting shed at Banana Fruta del Oro. But first, nothing. We're gonna do that first actually.
Here's a rundown of your mission. This one's perfect for a warm-up. Nice and easy.
I actually think I listened to this last episode, didn't I?
Stick to it and
I
get
did.
the job done.
He don't say nothing else. That's all he says. Anyways, for this mission, I think I'm going to finally change my fatigues. I kind of forgot to even change my fatigues. I forgot that was a thing, to be perfectly honest. And, that's my bad. Actually, I have no idea what I should choose for this mission. Maybe I'll just go khakis? Khakis?
Survival.
Watch, this is probably the one mission where black is the one you want, and yet here I'm going to use khaki. I'm dumb. Anyway, cool. How come we have the MK22s, but we don't have anything else? I do want to stick to stealth on this one, though. Maybe I'll just leave my other stuff. I gotta bring the assault rifle just in case I do want to use it. Anyway, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Wait, should I look at the briefing files for this mission? Oh, there's only PAS. And I'm good. Let's just do it. Let's just start this mission up. So this episode is going to be another briefing files mission, by the way, if I didn't make that clear already. I said that at the end of last episode. So for those of you who enjoy these episodes where I just do briefing files for the majority of it, this will be an episode right up your alley after I do this side mission. For those of you who just want to see gameplay and don't give a shit about all those briefing files, you can watch the first 5 to 10 minutes of this episode, however long this mission takes me, and then you can tune out forever. Forever. Anyway. This should be an easy one. I looked at the briefing for this mission, and there's only 5 targets. So all I gotta do is dome sack 5 fools, and then Fulton system the shit out of them. So just see you. And see this guy right here? See him right there? Boink!
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
I'm gonna get rid of these guys ASAP. See you. Alright, any more? We're here to recover files, so I imagine I gotta search everywhere. I'm not entirely sure where all the places I gotta search are, so I'd rather just search everywhere on the off chance I may miss something and or see something, boink, or find some other side stuff that is nice to collect as well. Alright. So far, I found nothing. Can we climb up here?
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Get down. Alright, any fools over here? There's guys out there. What about back over here? What's these? I found one of the confidential documents. This is for an RPG. Actually, this is probably not what I came for. Wait. Yes, it is. Never mind. I take that back. It is what I came for. This is where we need to go when we're done here. Okay. Well, okay. Number 2, done. Alright. Let's go back on the other side and knock out these other fools. Get her done. Get her done. Get her done right. Come here, bitch. I see your ass. And see ya. And goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. My favoriteest of bands. With such hits as I can't even think of a fucking song by Hello Goodbye. Not that they're a big popular band or anything, but I used to know tons of songs by them. Can't think of one right now, but that's cool. Touchdown, turn around, everything is safe and sound. Touchdown, turn around, everything is safe and sound. I am yours and you are mine. I can't remember all the words. That was good enough. Good enough. Enough annoying singing for one day. Alright, what the hell? I got one more document to find, but I do not... Wait, oh, is there an area back here? Oh no, this is like an exit, but maybe... No? We got like a radar that helps me figure out where the fuck these things are? Not really. It's just a map. Hold on. Is there a radar? Surround indicator? Ah. Actually, this might be helpful. I don't actually know how this damn surround indicator works, to be perfectly honest. It's a weird thing. Just kind of blips, and I'm like not entirely sure what anything indicates. It's very weird. Anyway, the document's probably in here somewhere, in one of these crevices, nooks and crannies and whatnot. There's plenty of nooks and crannies back here, and I did look in here, and there was something, correct? I think so. I don't know. Maybe there was nothing in there, but I don't see anything in there now. Ah, there it is. Aha. Ha-ha! Alright, now I should be able to just wreck this mission in about 2 gosh darn seconds. Alright, get up on your feet, bro. Damn it, get on your feet, bro. We outie. Tell these people something they don't know about. We outie.
Great job.
Alright, so that's pretty much the end of the episode for those of you who don't want to watch any briefing file stuff. So, sorry if it was not too riveting, but there you go. That's the extent of our gallantry for the day. So, let's get on to those briefing files, shall we? What did I get on this one? A rank, I'm the man. Could have done that so much faster, too. I've been awarded a new code name. Butterfly! Oh, I can be so pretty. Extracted 4 bitches. Got some new camouflage called squares. Now I can be square. Hip to be a square. Clever. Clever jokes. I tell them. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'm going back to the base first, gonna see if there's anything that pops up. And then after that, R&D time. R&D. Briefing file time. Alligator, what up, dog? That's it, huh? Alligator, and that's all? That's cool. Let's go in here and assign these 4 new guys. There you go. Do your jobs, bro. Do your jobs. Ooh, we got some new stuff ready for development. Stun grenades. That's one thing I should talk about. After last episode, I said I was going to reassign everyone, and I did do that. And actually, a few new weapons and items popped up that we can develop, or that I am developing now. I don't remember which ones were new, but some of these are new that weren't here before. Or maybe it wasn't these ones. I feel like maybe the M10 wasn't there before. Something like that. I know one of these wasn't there before. Go ahead and start working on some more stuff, though. Working on that. And then as for items, we got this T. This T chip stands for tortilla chips. I'm assuming that's going to help food, but I don't know for sure. Tortilla chips do last a while, and we are in Central America, where the home of tortillas. The home of tortillas. Anyway, let's get to those briefing files, shall we? We got lots left to go. Let's not waste too much time being such a babbling brook, because I'm sure the characters are going to do plenty of that for me. So let's get it done. Skip this shit. Skip it. Time to go brief times. Briefy briefs. Today we're going to kick it off with Paz, because we didn't do any of hers last time. So, we got to finish learning about Costa Rica. We're getting pretty close to done.
So, are you a student at the University for Peace, Paz?
No, I am still in high school. But Professor Galvez lets me visit his office and study with him every now and then. International law, security, conflict resolution, human rights. We study all these subjects and then use them to build the foundations of peace.
Yeah, I get it. I just never heard the UN had a University for Peace before.
Oh, that. Well, to be precise, it is still being set up. They have started conducting research, but the UN has not passed the necessary resolution yet. Professor Galvez couldn't wait that long.
Oh, right.
Costa Rica abolished its army and has also hosted the Central American Court of Justice. It is the perfect place to build a university like ours. Don't you think?
Totally. The most perfectest place. Let's learn about Costa Rican coffee.
That coffee you guys brought us is pretty damn good.
Isn't it? Costa Rican coffee is the best. The Central Basin has all the right conditions for growing coffee. It is high in elevation, with steady temperatures and well-drained volcanic soils.
The professor certainly seems attached to it.
The coffee we drank on the boat coming over was awful. It put him in such a terrible mood.
Well, how come I never hear about Costa Rican coffee then?
Because it gets bought up by wholesalers and mixed with beans from other countries. It is really a shame. Such wonderful beans, and nobody knows they are from Costa Rica.
Huh. They should launch an ad campaign or something.
Right. I hope one day people will recognize Costa Rican coffee for what it is.
I'm with you there.
I have a feeling that already has become a thing in real life. I mean, as I should say, real life, and to this day. I'm sure back during the Cold War when this shit was going on, that this probably was kind of true with the coffee bean thing. But I have a feeling these days Costa Rican coffee is known for what it is, and that's part of the whole novelty of seeing that conversation. Anyways, let's learn about the Article 12 of the Constitution.
Paz, you said Costa Rica has no army, right?
Correct. Article 12 of the Constitution declared that the Army as a permanent institution is abolished. It does permit us to organize armed forces for national defense based on inter-American treaties.
Only temporarily, then.
In effect, yes. But in the years since the Constitution took effect, Costa Rica has not once raised an army.
Well, isn't that a thing? Well, then let's learn how they keep the peace without an army.
Paz, how does your country defend itself without an army? Especially in a rough neighborhood like Central America.
With the right kind of diplomacy. If we live up to our ideals and earn the respect of other countries, the international community will support us. The 2 times Nicaragua actually did invade, the conflict was resolved diplomatically under OAS auspices.
Doesn't that leave you depending on the U.S. after all?
American influence is unmatched, it is true. San Jose was critical of American policy at the time, but America supported us all the same. It was because we practiced peaceful diplomacy. That is what I like to think.
That's one way to approach it, sure. But there are countries out there who will use force no matter how bad it looks.
Maybe so. I know my way of thinking probably looks naive to you, but it is not like we expect peace without working for it. Diplomacy is a battle in itself, and we have to make the effort to seek out causes of misfortune and nip them in the bud. It was that kind of thinking that got me trapped in their base.
I'm not blaming you. You haven't done anything wrong.
Well then, that almost sounds kind of like what Amanda was talking about, but it was a different country. It wasn't Costa Rica. It was Nicaragua or whatever. Oops. I didn't mean to... Hold on. I didn't mean to click on that one again. I thought it was going to close that one. I forgot it just plays the next one. Anyways, let's learn why the reason the army was abolished. I think we already kind of know this, but let's go ahead and listen to it anyways.
The army was abolished 25 years ago, the year after the Civil War. I learned about the sorrow of civil war from a very young age, the futility of countrymen fighting each other, and the tragedy. Costa Rica learned the hard way. That is why it abolished its army. It decided to pour its efforts into education instead. More teachers than soldiers was the slogan.
Education is essential, no question. Even Che used to teach reading and writing in between guerrilla campaigns.
Costa Rica was poor at the time. We did not have many resources. I suppose we had to pick one or the other. The military or the schools.
Okay. Interesting. Japan's peace constitution.
Kaz was telling me Japan has a peace constitution, too.
That is right. Apparently, when Costa Rica was drafting its constitution, they looked to the Japanese as a model. Only, Japan's constitution renounces war itself.
Unlike Costa Rica.
But, Japan has a self-defense force, right? That I do not get. I think I will ask Mr. Miller about it next time I see him. He said he used to be in the JSDF.
Huh. You're a curious one, are you? Don't study too hard.
It might get you killed when you ask the wrong question, little girl. Perpetual peace.
What was that you were saying? Peace is not the natural state of men. You said you learned it in school.
That is right. They are the words of the German philosopher Immanuel Kant. In 1795, he wrote a book titled Perpetual Peace. Kant argued that it is precisely because peace is unnatural that we have to make it ourselves.
How?
That is what his book is about. Is the concept starting to sound interesting now?
Not really. I belong in a more natural world.
Is that so? My grandparents died in the Civil War. If only we had been at peace, they would not have lost their lives. You actually wish for war?
It's not like I want to hurt innocent civilians, but if someone attacks you, what are you supposed to do? A country needs the strength to defend itself. Otherwise it faces invasion, oppression, political subjugation.
If they would simply stop using force to tangle with each other, countries would not need force to defend themselves.
And how would you guarantee that?
I...
Sorry, but you have to understand how the world works in order to protect the ones you love. That's not to say ideals aren't important too. They are.
You are right, Snake. Thanks. Peace.
I only like this girl because she says peace a lot. And you know how me and Peace are. Me and Peace are down to clown forever. But one thing I want to just talk about is like, this is an interesting. It's interesting to hear discussion on the whole natural state of things is war, or at least armies, or some way to defend yourself from attackers. But obviously the ideal thing is, what if there was nobody attacking you ever, ever, ever? Then you wouldn't need to defend yourself ever, ever, ever. At least not physically, forcefully, whatever. Like, that's a concept that we can at least imagine to be true, but we have a hard time believing that'll ever be the case from every single human being on Earth, because that's just, human beings are never the same. None of them have the same ideals. It's just ridiculous how different human beings really are mentally, like idealistically and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get back to this. I'm talking too much. Let's talk about the tropical rainforests.
The lowlands along the Caribbean coast are mostly covered by hot, humid tropical rainforests, what most people envision when they think of jungle. The closely packed trees spread their branches out at great heights to soak up the sun. Their shade makes it dark near the ground, so be careful. Of course, with so little light, few plants can grow on the ground, so it might actually be easier to walk.
So even if you could photosynthesize, it wouldn't do you any good.
Photosynthesize? People cannot do that.
Most people, anyway.
Yeah, you don't know the people I know, baby. If only you knew freaking the boss's squad from the freaking Metal Gear Solid 3. If only you knew. If only you knew.
Areas with a distinct dry season, like the Pacific coast, have tropical dry forests. During the dry season, the trees drop their leaves. It gives you a clearer view, but at the same time, there are fewer places to hide. So be careful.
Sounds dull.
It is not really. A lot of trees flower during the dry season, including my favorite, the tabebuya. It has these amazingly vivid yellow flowers.
The tabebuya. That's cool. I'm not a big flower person. I mean, I am a guy after all, but even so, not a big fan of flowers. They kind of make me feel sick when I smell them. Not like throw up sick, but like can't breathe sick. Anyway, biological diversity.
Costa Rica is said to have about 87,000 species of living things. That is about 5% of all the known species in the world.
A tiny place like this? Huh. I'll be damned.
I want to protect that biological diversity. When diversity is lost, the environment weakens. Just look at the plantations.
I think I know what you mean. It's like trying to assemble a unit from similar guys. It usually doesn't work out. Throw a few square pegs in there and everything falls into place.
There are so many species here that a lot of them have not even been classified yet. I am hoping I can help do that someday. Kind of like a parataxonomist.
Say that again?
Parataxonomist. Someone who helps a taxonomist.
Oh. Huh. I thought you were going to say it had something to do with parachutes.
You're weird.
No, you're weird. Come on, Snake, be smarter than that. Haven't you heard of a paralegal? A paralegal is a person who helps legal people like lawyers. Come on, buddy, come on. Costa Rican Development Corporation.
The Development Corporation of Costa Rica, or CODESA, was established 2 years ago. Since President Oduber was elected this year, the state has been putting a lot more effort into development.
The corporate state, so to speak.
Growth is good and all, but there is one thing that bugs me.
What's that?
What bugs you?
I cannot help but wonder whether CODESA is not just a front for the CIA.
You mean what the professor was saying about the CIA mercenaries posing as security guards? They were using CODESA as camouflage?
I am worried that development is going to destroy the forests, but I do not suppose it has anything to do with this.
Then why are we talking about it? Because it's an interesting topic of conversation, of course. Duh. Are you guys ready to learn about Paz herself? Let's do this. Why are you called Paz?
My mother was the one who named me Paz. She said it was an expression of her wish that the country stay at peace. It is a pretty common name in Central America. My mother always used to tell me, never make war. Always help keep the peace.
I remember. Your grandparents.
Yes. They died in the Civil War. I think that is why my mother hated war so much.
That's another thing you've got in common with Kaz. His mother named him Peace, too.
See, because Japan also suffered through war. I think I know how Mr. Miller's mother felt.
Indeed. Indeed, you probably do. Peace sign! That's my favorite. Peace!
You like the peace sign, huh?
See, as a gesture, it connects every peace-loving person. Here, you try it, Snake. Peace.
No thanks. It doesn't suit me.
Too bad for you.
You know, the V in the peace sign comes from the V in victory. When did it start standing for peace?
I am not completely sure, but I guess it came out of the protest movement against the Vietnam War. Oh, and do not turn your hand around when you do it, especially around British people. It is insulting.
Is that true? So, like, when I show you guys the back of my hand and I do the peace thing on my FaceTime videos, is that insulting to British people? I don't know if I have any British viewers. I know I got European viewers, but British people? Seriously? I wouldn't have never known. Don't mean it as a sign of anything. I just thought the two fingers up, no matter how I put it up, means peace to me, especially when I say the word peace when I do it. Just saying. Just saying. Let's learn about her childhood.
So, you live alone now?
No, not alone. I've been living in school dormitories since I started junior high. After my mother died, my relatives took me in, but they were not my real family.
You didn't fit in there.
In a way. My aunts were kind to me and all. But I know how difficult it must have been to suddenly have a child thrust into their lives. When you live with someone, there are no secrets. I could tell my being there was a burden on them.
Sounds like a rough childhood.
I would not say that. I was lucky just to have people take me in. There were huérfanos living out in the streets because their mothers died. It is even worse in countries with frequent civil wars. So, who am I to complain about my childhood?
You're a pretty tough kid, you know?
Not at all. I am not strong at all.
A lot stronger than you think you are, if that's really how you think about other people. Kind of, you think about other people's pain and ignore your own because, I don't know, what do you call that? Selfless? That's the word. She's very selfless. But that doesn't make you weak. If anything, being selfless is... I guess there is such a thing as being too selfless, though. I don't know. I don't know if she has that problem yet. We haven't quite learned that much. Anyways, let's learn about the coast. Playa del Alba, which is Alba Beach.
Playa del Alba means Beach of Dawn.
Indeed.
The morning sun is so beautiful over the Caribbean.
Beach of Dawn, huh? Perfect place to start a mission.
The clear blue water, the white sand, the swaying palm trees. You cannot get more South American than here. It is paradise on earth.
Yeah, guess I should have packed my Hawaiian shirt.
The coral reefs and mangrove forests
Can
protect
we unlock
the
a
small
Hawaiian
fish in the
shirt?
area.
Hell yeah.
Sea turtles come to lay their eggs on these beaches.
On
We
these
are not
beaches?
the only ones who enjoy this place. It is heaven for more than just humans.
Whenever I hear anybody with a Hispanic accent say the word beaches, it is the best thing ever. I swear to God. I got a friend who's Mexican, and his grandma, obviously Mexican. She had a hard time remembering the word for beach in Spanish, so she said beaches, and whoever she was talking to was like, "What? You just call me bitches?" It was pretty hilarious, just gotta say. Anyway, let's learn about the Dawn Forest. Bosque means forest. See, I know a little bit of Espanol.
Bosque del Alba means Forest of Dawn. Naturally, it is situated on the east coast. It is your standard tropical rainforest. Everything you would imagine in a jungle.
No sign of morning sun here.
The foliage is too thick for direct sunlight to hit the floor. I do not know how easy it will be making your way through here.
I'll be fine. This isn't my first trip to a jungle.
That's what I'm talking about. Last time I checked, my first big-time mission, well, maybe not first time big-time mission, but my last big-time mission was definitely in a jungle. Now let's learn about the Puerto del Alba, which is, I don't know, the city of peace, or the city of dawn?
The mercenary supply base is situated on elevated ground by the coast. I heard them call it Puerto
the
del
port.
Alba.
Sorry, Puerto is
Port
port.
of
I
Dawn.
knew that. I
They
knew
have
that. What
perfect
am I talking
visibility
about?
of the
City.
area from up there.
City is
We
Ciudad.
did our best to sneak in
Duh.
undetected, but One of the guards spotted us and we...
What is it?
I'm sorry. You'll have to ask Professor Galvez the rest.
It's okay. You've been through a lot.
I am sorry. I just cannot.
You did great, Paz. I won't let your efforts go wasted.
Yeah, baby, we got this. Don't you worry. In the meantime, why don't you teach us about... Wait, did we already listen to all these ones about Eastern Limon? I don't even remember doing that. Anyway, last but not least, we got the Mount Irazu area, so let's listen to these.
Costa Rica has several active volcanoes, Irazu being one of them.
That's where Camino de Lava comes from, huh?
The tropical dry forests
The
around
lava
here
road.
are quite different from our rainforests. They lose their leaves in the dry season. Tropical forests are not all thick jungles. A few of them even have cacti. Some of Costa Rica's greatest assets are its diverse forests and natural landscapes.
Interesting. It's kind of a similar, I don't know if it's the same landscapes, but it's like California where they got tons of fucking different stuff in California. Then again, California is a much more giant place than Costa Rica. Costa Rica is a much smaller, concentrated area. Let's learn about the Lava Roads Junction.
Costa Rica got its first real railroads up and running about 100 years ago. Their primary purpose was to move coffee harvested in the Central Basin to the Caribbean coast.
They built railroads here 100 years ago? That's impressive.
It was even more difficult than you would imagine. Later, they started using the railroads for shipping bananas too. There still might be some branch lines around here.
I love me some bananas. Alright, last but not least, we have Aldea de los Despiertos. What is that, like the desperate... Wow, what's Aldea?
Aldea de los Despiertos means
village
of the awake.
I was
Weird
wrong.
name.
The area is littered with coffee fields, and there is a factory nearby. The villagers are fans of coffee, so...
Nah, they don't get much sleep, huh? They've got a sense of humor, all right.
I cannot believe they would take over a place like this and use it as a prison. It is unforgivable for both the CIA and the thugs they employ. All the villagers wanted was to live in peace. What gives the CIA the right to crush them like that?
They don't care about anyone's rights but their own. It's
Of
just the way
course.
some people are.
You really think so?
Don't worry. It just gives me the right to teach them a lesson.
Gives me the right to layeth the smacketh down on their candy asses. Alright, so, I believe that does it for all the ones that we have for pause so far. I'm sure there's going to be more of these that pop up as we go. But I'm going to try to knock out all the ones I have for everyone, and then we can just catch up as we go. So, for Kaz, we still have these bottom four. I'm not really in a hurry to do those. Let's start working on the rest of Amanda's. We only really finished Nicaragua, so let's learn about the FSLN, or at least start learning about it.
We are Sandinistas, the heirs of General Sandino's will.
Sandino, the father of modern guerrilla warfare.
To you, maybe. To us, he's more like a real father.
That why you named yourselves after him?
Of course. La Frente Sandinista de Liberación Nacional. The Sandinista National Liberation Front is named in his honor. We share the general's goal, to take back our country's freedom. In his day, from America. In ours, from the despot Somoza.
Times have changed, but the song remains the same.
Patria libre o morir. That is our slogan. El Che used to say the same thing, you know.
Patria o muerte, the slogan of the Cuban Revolution. So, you're fighting for a socialist revolution too, then?
No, it's not about ideology. We only want to live normal lives. We are sick of living in a country where you can be beaten for walking down the street, where you never know if your neighbor is snitching on you. Our goal is to give back the country to its people.
Yeah, the Cuban Revolution started out like that too.
We are few in number, but we will win. Victoria o muerte. For a revolutionary, there is no other fate.
Give me victory or give me death. Let's learn more about General Sandino.
Augusto Cesar Sandino, general and hero of Nicaragua. 50 years ago, conflict broke out between the political parties of Nicaragua. The U.S. Marines intervened in the name of restoring order. The only one who refused to listen to their call for reconciliation was General Sandino.
Huh. One man against the Marines. That takes guts.
The general wasn't a professional soldier. Neither were his compadres. And they certainly could not match the Marines' equipment. But he used the land to his advantage, lurking in the fields and hills of Nicaragua, and using surprise attacks to harass the Marines.
I know. I've read plenty of textbooks on guerrilla warfare.
In the end, he drove them out. He was truly a role model for us.
Yeah, but that was the 30s. Didn't the Depression have something to do with it? It takes cash to wage war.
Perhaps. But there is no denying what the general accomplished. The people hailed him as the General de Hombres Libres, the General of Free Men. They loved him. And then he was assassinated by Anastasio Somoza Garcia, commander of La Guardia.
The father of the current Somoza.
Somoza had the Americans' backing. That is the way things were. The general may be dead, and the times may have changed, but his will lives on inside each of us. We are the sons and daughters of General Sandino.
And we will have victory, or we will have death. Let's learn about the watermelon sellers.
Hey, how's the watermelon business these days?
Not bad. I hear the compas back home are hanging in there too.
Good to hear.
You know our nickname. I'm impressed. No wonder they call you boss.
You used to hide your weapons and hollowed out watermelons, smuggle them right past the National Guard. You even transported pineapple grenades that way. The name caught on among sympathizers in the region and...
What are you talking about? They call us watermelon sellers because the general's name sounds like the word for watermelon. Sandia.
Really?
Si.
Damn it, Kaz.
That's a good one, then. That's a good one. I like that. I like that.
A revolution to bring peace to your country, huh? No matter how much we fight, peace never gets any closer, does it?
I do not like it, but it is the only way. If we do not fight back, they'll just keep exploiting us. You want proof? Look at our country's history. Revolution is a means, and not an end. I know. When the revolution is victorious, I want my country to be at peace. But to bring peace, we have to first eliminate that traitorous scum.
It's an old saying. We make war that we may live in peace.
Who said it?
Aristotle.
You know your history.
I had a good teacher.
It has always been like this. People making the same mistakes over and over. And still, all we can do is fight.
I hear you. If you've got a goal, you've got to keep moving forward.
You never surrender. Fight to the death. El Che.
I noticed you called Che Guevara El Che.
Not just us. Everyone in these parts does. Che was always his nickname. It does not feel right to call him by his last name. I was shocked the first time I saw you. You look so much like him.
I look like El Che, huh?
Sort of. Not in the face. It's more the way you carry yourself.
I guess Che's a hero to the Sandinistas, too.
Of course. The FSLN was formed in the spirit of the ideologies championed by El Che and Fidel.
Fidel Castro. So, you're trying to bring the Cuban Revolution to Nicaragua.
Well, we were. But Cuba isn't what it once was. Not since El Che left. El Che was a true revolutionary. He fought and died for the people. He worked harder than anybody, and he was a righteous man. Even as a minister of Cuba, he gave up his weekends to work on the farms and public works. As a volunteer, no less.
Yeah, I've heard the stories. But when you think about it, wasn't it that obsession that did him in?
How do you mean?
We can't all be supermen. He thought the ideals he applied in Cuba would work in Bolivia, but he failed to win converts and the support of the peasants, and it cost him his life.
Maybe you are right. But at least he did not steal from those peasants, no matter how hard things got.
Yeah, I can sympathize with that. There's plenty of guerrillas out there who'd rob their own people to feed their revolutions.
If we had a comandante like him, the Sandinistas would find the will to fight.
Well then, If I look so much like him and act like him and walk and talk like him, then maybe I can be him. Maybe. Anyways, how many do we have left for Chico? We still have some stuff about Legend or whatever. I think we'll save Chico for later. I think we're good on this episode. We finished all the pauses. That's good. That's a positive step in the positive direction. Pause is done. Amanda's halfway done. Chico doesn't have a whole lot to go through anyways. And for Miller, we got plenty of stuff left here at the bottom. Mostly about gameplay stuff, so I'm still not in a hurry to do any of that. So anyway, I believe that's going to wrap up this episode. Next time on Let's Play Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, we will do this mission where we pursue the jungle train and see if we can catch that nuke. So I will see you guys then. Peace!